What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've got the weekly reset for May 30th, and of course, the first reset for Season of the Deep, and so we're going to jump in and check out the Eververse refresh for the week. This will be our first look at the inventory since Bungie have updated things to where we can't preview any of the upcoming items. So that should be useful, but also we have new quest steps for the season, and the return of the Iron Banner for the first time this season, as well as a new exotic fishing pond featured. Then we have new challenges and vendor inventories such as Banshee and ADA-1, which we'll break down in today's videos. So I hope this one is useful, and as always, if you dig it, be sure to get subscribed for more D2 content, and otherwise let's get into it. And so getting into it for today, we should mention that we do have new steps for the Into the Depths quest at the helm, so this is the main season quest. And as always, we get a handful of steps for that each week, so simply head to the helm to pick that up. Also in the tower, we have the return of the Iron Banner for the season, so a nice early reprisal for the event this time around. And it's pretty self-explanatory, a lot of the rewards can be previewed at Saladin's inventory, but if you want a breakdown of all of the loot that we can pick up from the Iron Banner, I did make a video earlier on today which I'll link down below. That also includes weapon rolls and things like that, so worth looking at if you're curious about that stuff. A separate loot mention right here, but we do have a new raid challenge this week, of course, in the Root of Nightmares, and that's the Crossfire Challenge, where the specific weapon drop this week will be Carix's Distress. Up next though, a quick heads up on the fishing pond for the week, and we do have the exotic pond featured in the Throne World. As far as we know, different unique exotic fish will be coming from different destinations, so if you're after collecting all of the exotic fish, and fish in general, be sure to head over to the Throne World in Miasma this week. Next though, heading over to Banshee for his featured weapons for today, and initially we do have the Number, and this one's got Killing Wind and Multi-Kill Clip in the featured perks. Then we've got the Nezarec Whisperglaive right here, with Lead from Gold and Adrenaline Junkie. There's also Ostringer featured again, and we've got Snapshot Sights and Zen Moment, as well as the Taipan Fusion Rifle right here, the Linear, with Compulsive Reloader and Firing Line. Then we've got the Tears of Contrition Scout Rifle, and this one's got Autoloading Holster and Focused Fury. Onto the second page for Banshee though, and we've got the Jararaka 3SR Scout Rifle right here with Hip Fire Grip and Focused Fury. We also have the Irokanji Sniper Rifle. I was focused super hard on saying that name correctly, with Under Pressure and Harmony. Also, I probably still said it wrong. Then we've got the Pleiades Corrector here with Subsistence and Multi-Kill Clip. Also the Combined Action, and this has got Hipfire Grip and Offhand Strike. Then we've got the Typhon Grenade Launcher with Genesis and Chill Clip. And finally, Taipan is actually featured once again with Clown Cartridge and Frenzy. So a couple of decent rolls right there today, but be sure to check in throughout the week as his rolls will change. And let us know down below if you plan to pick up any of Banshee's featured weapons. To ADA-1 in the Annex though, we do have the Devastation Complex armor featured this week. Looking at the Titan stat rolls, there's nothing particularly standout here, but if you're after stat rolls, be sure to check in on your various characters. And as always, for 10,000 Glimmer, we can pick up the featured shaders. So initially, we've got Envious Touch right here from back in Season of Arrivals. On top of that, we've also got the new Pacific Sync, which is actually one of the old Titan shaders, I believe, so pretty cool to add that to collections if you don't happen to have it already. And finally, we also have the War Cult camo available right here, so let us know if any of those are particularly useful down in the comment section. Finally though, for the Eververse store, we will focus on Bright Dust items available this week, and of course, we're not able to preview these anymore, so this is our first look at the full inventory for the week, and for 700 Bright Dust, we have the Brilliant Idea emote available right there. And for 2000 Bright Dust, we're able to get the Vestian Hawk exotic ship this week. We also have the Subjugator entrance, as well as the Copper Brand for a featured shader this week. We'll take a quick look at that one. Of course, these are 300 Bright Dust. Some interesting colors right there. We also have the Lucid shader right here on the front page as well. And for the main Bright Dust section, here we have the Turn the Tables exotic emote. This is 3,250 Bright Dust, so these are, as always, fairly expensive. On top of that, there's also the Torturous Dance, which is 1,250 Bright Dust. That's a multiplayer emote right there, which is pretty cool. And for 2,500 Bright Dust, we have the Externalization Exotic Sparrow available right here from back in Season of the Seraph. On top of that, there is the Pallbearer Exotic Ship, which is 2,000 Bright Dust this week. And we've got exotic ornaments available for all three classes. For the Titans, there is one for Titan's Ramparts right here, which is the Scorned Fortress, and this will cost 1,500 Bright Dust if you fancy some Scorn Gauntlets right there. But additionally, the exotic weapon ornament this week is Kronos Exegesis, And for 1250 Bright Dust, that's one for the No Time to Explain. Pretty cool Vex-themed ornament right there. We also have the Secure projection here for 1500 Bright Dust, and for other featured shaders, we've got the Smashing Success shader available initially. Once again, these are all 300 Bright Dust. There is also the Trinity shader available, and the Tide Smoke shader, which is a pretty nice looking one right there as well if you're into the darker colors. And the Raven Silk is available this week as well. But finally, we've got the Reef Awoken Transmat effect for 450 Bright Dust. For the same price, there is the Illicit Transmat effects, and finally the Twin Snake effects. Our final mention here for today, and for some of the upcoming Lost Sectors this week. We don't know exactly which ones will be featured, but we do know what the featured exotic drops will be. So for today's Lost Sector, we do have exotic gauntlets. Then for Wednesday 31st, exotic chest pieces are featured, and that's followed by exotic helmets on June 1st. Then for the 2nd of June, we've got exotic boots, and June 3rd will be K1 Revelation dropping exotic gauntlets, followed by K1 Crew Quarters on the 4th of June, which will drop exotic chest pieces. And so for today's video, that's what we have to speak about. As always, I'll be keeping you up to date with more Destiny content, so stick around here on the channel, and if you've enjoyed the video today, a rating below really does help us out. Plus, let us know what you're most excited for with the reset this week. Otherwise though, I appreciate you tuning in as always, and whatever you guys get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.